Nothing but mud. Oh my god. Yeah. Whose idea was it to combine in the mud? I don't remember.
I also own a farm.
Here we go.
You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. I guess Mother Nature decided she wanted to show up today. Hanko loves it. Ruts in the driveway and the yard are now frozen, which it's supposed to be 40 next week anyways again. So it is what it is. It's not cold enough where I feel really good about us combining that, but tonight it's supposed to get that cold. So what we're gonna do this morning is get things prepared to go combining, and get things prepared around here to, well, we're supposed to get 6 to 12 inches of snow, and he might like it, but I definitely don't. So, all part of it, but alrighty, we got to get stuff moved out of the way because my plan, and this is probably going to get broken into 2 videos, just the nature of it, because tonight into tomorrow morning our plan is to be running combine. The ground is actually, let me walk down here and see how hard it is. So this is extremely wet ground down here. It's crusty, but as you see, woo, no, see how that falls right in. That's the issue. How are you guys doing today? Pretty good? Tucked away in there? What are you doing, Norman? I don't know what he's doing, but all right, let me see what we'll start, what we can get out of the way. They're coming over, they're right there. So we're gonna do some picking up this morning. My plan is to actually come down the hill right through here, and even if it's the dump cart or if I'm not really sure yet. I got to do some measuring, but I'm gonna get this out of the way because it, well, yeah, it's in the way. Hot damn. Old girl still got it. Not bad for a 78. That we got to put the jumper pack on. You guys having a good day? You looking good? We're gonna get some snow, so we all got to stay warm. Everything started here warming up. Massey, I needed to jump start, and then it fired right up. I wish this building out back was a little taller than the 46 could go in. The 46 will probably go in the shop once we get some projects done. And I think that Mac, the red Mac, can actually fit underneath this roof. I'm a little, I think the strobe lights might be a little bit off, but if it gets cold enough today, I might go stock shred some. I'd like to really be wrapped up with that. I know we're jumping around with things, but once crop work is done, I will have so much weight off my shoulders. And as far as crop work left for this year is taking that off and stock shredding. People are like, why aren't you doing fall tillage, this, that? No. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna tuck the Massey in here for Ed right now, since this is actually gonna get the snowplow put on so that we can plow the driveway. Makes a lot of sense, but it's been parked under cover, which is, it's a dream of mine. You know, everybody tells me I gotta put everything under cover. I just don't have the resources. In my whole life I grew up with nothing under cover. So yeah, take it out of here. Let's see the whole Massey life. It's been a while. Dust the seat off. It's real comfortable. It's a factory option seat. E-brake is off. I don't even know how to drive this thing. Is that reverse? Yeah. That's reverse too. We're firemen! I figure I got a little spot I can tuck this under for Ed. Got her mostly undercover for you, Ed. Ed's gonna be taking it to her new home soon here. Back to right in there for you. I need more parking and well, we need more storage. But 4 days ago, we sunk with the header cart, with the tractor. We were making all sorts of ruts, and now we just drove this truck, which likes to sink anyways, through all that, backed it right up, parked it right next to here. At least here, when the wind's blowing across, it blocks it a little bit and it's out of the way. So that is a good sign, because hoping the ground is really frozen and we can combine that and be done. I'm gonna hope that the ground stays frozen, because this is where we buried this trailer right here. Granted, it rained all summer. Literally all summer. So alrighty, head should be ready to rock and roll for this afternoon. We'll get the combine running, run through it. Granted, we only combined, what did we run, 4 hours, 5 hours total of combining. So we should be good to go. We just got to check over the 4-wheel drive. I hope that hydrostat stays happy. 46 is back undercover. 75 will be back undercover, but you got to remember, she spent all summer doing nothing, sitting in here looking pretty. So she's in her work clothes for hopefully one more day, and then we got to have a warm day, wash everything, and then yeah. So hopefully by then we got the Mac finished up there. We can out. Wind is blowing and it's cold, but the sun's out now, which means stuff warms up a little. More goodies have showed up for the Mac. So those are the headlight bezels. I guess we're gonna have to get hardware with them. Yeah. So we're gonna paint those, and then they're gonna go in the hood. We've been waiting on that, and then honestly, it has not been as cold today as I was hoping. Like, the ground's still frozen. I did drive out back some. If we get caught up enough, we are gonna go stock shred until it's time to run combine. But what I want to do first is get combine hooked back to the head and get ready to rock and roll. Make sure the combine's good. So I'll pull it over here, run through that, probably fix that fan speed sensor connector, and we don't have a shield for it, but we're doing 8 acres, and yeah, I wish fan speed was all the way up, but it is what it is. So if you guys had paid attention previously, the howling noise coming from that cross section between the turbo and the outlet went away. But it sounds like it's got an exhaust leak again. So honestly, what I'm thinking is, and somebody did write it in the comments, and it's been rolling around in the back of my head, and I've wondered, does the muffler have enough restriction in it that it is forcing it to find a weaker point out? So that piece was that way, and once it's sealed up, then the exhaust leaks. I think that's what it sounds like, but we can run it, finish it up, and that will be a project. We'll because the exhaust didn't leak, it ran so good, but it had that noise. So I'm thinking we solved one problem, made another problem, And at the end of the day, we really had a problem because of the muffler. So I forget who you are who wrote that, but I'm gonna go with you are correct on it. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just looking at everything, making sure we're good. We'll get it opened up. We'll make sure everything is clean to unload. Yeah, being outside, it's just part of it. We got mud in places that mud shouldn't be, but it is all, it's just part of the life. Yeah, less than ideal. I'm just gonna get it started, but it's gonna take a little bit. Woo, we're jamming, I guess. I get it, the park brakes on. There we go. Okay. Somebody did say, why don't you use the ether start? Uh-oh, Yanko's going after something. Because I'd rather not put ether through a machine if I don't have to. And I know it will start. You just gotta not burn the starter out either. Not bad for being parked outside. I guess we could run an extension cord and plug it in. But we'll let it warm up. We'll probably start the 75 as well, make sure that starts up. Because my plan is to chop or combine it into the cart, and then we can run it right down through and dump into the trucks. This is gonna need a lot of warming up to get the hydraulics to operate that again, but come on, baby. I kind of forgot about how much mud was around the hydrostat, and I wanted to take the panel off and just look at everything. Yeah, it's frozen. So I got the heater going on it. There's 3 things I really want to do on this, and one's that. One is fix the fan speed, which we just got to rewire that, find the other end and put new connectors on it, and just check over everything. And then we'll put it on. 75's out there warming up. Yes, she's cold. Robert's gonna steal the 2755. He's gonna go move the logs out of his driveway because he's all done splitting what he needs for the year. He got excess. So I'm gonna fuel him up so he can go. And if he gets back in time, I'll have to give me a hand with the stock shredder on, and we'll shred till it's time to combine. Robert did say he was going to burn this pile for me, so maybe when he comes back he can burn it. He's looking for the heat, but there's no heat till it warms up. We're gonna have to get some more fuel. We're a quarter, so we got 250 gallons in here, which ain't bad. If it gets us through harvest, I'm gonna fill the combine, fill the 75. The 75 doesn't burn much fuel. Probably should have done this when it was like 40 degrees out. Nico is obsessed with the combine. He thinks something's in it, which usually means something's in it. All right, you kill everything that comes out of it though. Over here on the speed, the fan speed sensor, we just pulled the wire apart. So it goes over here and up here through that. So we just gotta, I'm gonna put a new from here up to there. The good thing about him being obsessed, he's here to help, right? Did Robert leave with the 27? Are we gonna get the 27 back in the same piece? I hope so. He's going to move that wood pile, like I said. Let me throw you guys somewhere over here, and not the right tool, but we'll see if it pops off. Yep. So Spins right off. So we'll just put a new end, run a new wire up to there. Nothing too crazy about that. Don't lose the little pieces, otherwise that's awkward. Should have bungee corded the door behind my head too, because that's hitting me now. Bingo! I even got some green wire for it. So let me find the other end. We'll do that. Heat shrink it on. Oh. It's freaking cold, bud. It is right there. Knife. A lot of learning this, well, we're in a new year now. Last year we did a lot of learning with this combine, and I'm excited for 2024 with it, see what we can get done and what we can adjust. Honestly, for having something that we tinkered on quite a bit, but we really didn't dive in big time on it, anything. Grass bars were, well, that's just the maintenance part. Hey, I don't want to cut the wire, but there we go. Okay. You guys watching what I'm doing? Yeah? We learning? Okay. And we could run without this. It's just, I'd rather know. You know, sensors and things and stuff, and I left the torch sitting up top. Okay. Probably tape that up a little. I put that on the wrong side of the belt, but good thing we gotta cut it when it comes down here anyways. Freaking amateur hour. So it runs down, goes there, goes underneath this cover, through that strap, and then right to here. So I made that a little long. I got a little torch somewhere, I just always forget to grab it. And then we'll put the washer and the nut back on. There we go, we're mint other than the cover. And I don't know if I have said. So that cover, even aftermarket, is like $1,140. So we're gonna do some looking for a while, or we're gonna build it. or to have somebody build it, or I take it we can find one. I just haven't looked, and honestly, I got the 8 acres there left, and then after that, this machine's gonna sit till next year. Well, till next harvest. And yeah, we got time in between. We're gonna tinker on some things like these chains and stuff like that, because outside are tight, middle are not. It's got some chain slop every now and then. I think it's time for new chains, to be honest. We will see. But this side is getting heated up pretty good. That is pretty warm. We got this tarp that was on fire at one point. Yeah, minor details. But I'll let it warm up some more, and then I'll climb in there. We'll get that cleaned out, take that cover off, just investigate it, and then we'll take our clean grain tank covers off, make sure everything spins in there, that nothing's frozen. Because in about, I'm gonna say 3 hours, it's gonna be brutally cold where we are not gonna be standing outside doing anything. So, as that finishes thawing out, pulled the 7520 up, and I actually had to switch the hydraulic lines on the first cylinder, or on the first selection valve. It did not want to go. So go up a little bit, and then it didn't want to stop. So they're just a little bit cold, or springs holding or something. But when there's nothing in it, it's kind of crazy at how quickly it goes with this thing. Once it gets loaded, it takes some, but we'll get it all the way run out and make sure everything dumps. I'll go all the way up. Maybe not. I am glad that the cart is nowhere near as muddy as I thought it would be, since I gotta wash it. It was washed, and I went and got it and ran it. Yeah. For this year, 2024, hopefully a buggy, as far as a grain buggy. We will see what we end up doing. And this has worked very well to help us get done. We would not have made anywhere near as much progress as we would not be as far done and filled all our contracts and been done with all that corn if not. So this corn that's going to come off this hill is going to a different location, and it is getting ground and fed to cows. So it will get fed out pretty rapidly. It's not bad corn. It's a little high in moisture still, and it's probably 200 bushel corn, honestly. It's very impressive up on that hill. It goes back to it wasn't worked and anything else like that. So I don't regret planting it. I regret that it was so wet this year. That is my only. The hillside's really not that. It's steep, but it's not that steep. It came up in my memories. I'm trying to think. In like 2 weeks when I was in New Zealand, when we were doing whole crop, so chopping off all of the wheat crop, direct cutting it. Now it's going slow. The tractor in front of me was coming over the hill. I wasn't there yet. We were running. It was like an hour and a half round trip in tractors up in the mountains, and hell of a country. Absolutely amazing place. And gal who's from, I messed this up, bud. I forget. They're either from Slovakia or Slovenia. I forget which one. But he was a rake driver, and well, his cart went over sideways, was laying on its side, and the tractor was only sitting on the front wheel, and that was about to go over. But over there, it's normal to farm ground much deeper than that. So they just pulled an excavator up, crawled out, flipped the cart back over, pointed the tractor back down the hill, and that was it. So kind of different world. But that, unless you're in, well, I was in South Canterbury, so it's pretty flat. Mid Canterbury's flatter. Was I in mid? I was right on the line there. No, I was in South. And then it's flat ground, and then the mountains are there, but you get into some of the hills, and it's insane what they do in some of those hills. So, yeah. there's a little bit more background of New Zealand. So, the place I was at, they were milking 12,500 cows between 9 sites. Where I was, we started up a 24-unit robot barn. Keep in mind this was 2014-15. 24-unit robot barn, which was pretty insane. The only one that was bigger at the time was Russia. They had 36, but it was between 3 different barns. So since then, like Aunt Callie, when I went to Chile and worked with Aunt Callie and whatnot, they had 64, stuff like that. And there's much bigger in the U.S. now. So it was good. It was fun. They had when I got there, they had 16 Leleys between two different farms, one at their home farm and one at a Jersey farm. And then they did the 24 diesel valve, and then they added 16 more Leleys at the home farm, so they had 24 of each brand. And as the owner told me, they both milk cows. That's true. It goes back to a lot of the support. Alrighty, we're up. The oil is cold, I can tell you that. And as far as where I was at in New Zealand, the family actually sold the whole operation in 2021. Let me pull it back up here. 14 pieces of property, 15,000 acres. It's public knowledge, so I can say it. $112 million. So pretty wild. Plus, they sold that to a New Zealand rural land development land company. And at that time, they acquired 15 dairies. One was in Southland, so southern New Zealand on the South Island. But figured I'd give you guys a little rundown of what the background of that side of it. So I went over there and started the farm for my internship, that site for my internship, and then stayed home with the dairy group. Some days I wish I had stayed over there. It's God's country, so all you New Zealanders, you are lucky people to live it every day, and most of you don't realize how amazing that country really is. So if you get a chance to go to New Zealand, go, but you got to go for like 3 weeks to a month. I was there for 7 months, and yeah, I didn't get to see everything I wanted to. Okay, it's 20 degrees out right now. It doesn't actually feel that bad right now. Supposedly, with the wind chill, it feels 11. But I think my adrenaline is set in that if we can finish this up, I'll be done harvesting for last year. So I think that's part of it. Put my glove back on for you guys. But yeah, I told Isaiah, get going, bud. He's been hauling logs all day. Since I just texted the farmer and I said, hey, I got corn coming to you tonight. Which I'll see if I can give Isaiah a camera if I remember, and you guys can see it. That's probably going to be a different video, because by the time I get done with all this stuff, that's going to roll right into big harvest time. This is kind of the prep video of it. You think it's cold enough in there or warm enough in there? We're going to find out. This thing has been nothing but awesome. GoPro. Yeah, it's nothing but mud. Oh my god. Yeah, whose idea was it to combine in the mud? I don't remember. I just want to get everything around the drive. Make sure that's okay. I don't remember how that panel comes off. Is there another one up top? Let's pull the tarp right over there. There wasn't much to see, but once I got it off, it all just kind of came as one. Whew. Yeah, that was always clean your heated shop that the combine fits in. You guys are right. We'll work on that. That is the goal. I had this pipe dream that I was gonna get out and stock shred some tonight. Well, maybe between loads. I'll definitely have it hooked up. If I get this cart filled in the time it takes the truck to get back, then I could go stock shred some, come back. That way I stay awake tonight. But it almost looks like a gorgeous, it is a gorgeous night. She's getting cold fast, so we're running out of time. Got everything cleaned up. Everything in here looks good. We got a little bit of a leak, which I'm gonna say we're a little low. Yeah, we're a little low, which I kind of figured that because on my way over to the Amishman's, I stopped and backed up and sat for a second to let somebody go by. And when I went to back out of the driveway again, I saw little drips. So one of the lines has a little leak. We just got to keep filling it with that expensive, it's high guard, but it's low viscosity. What is that actually called? I got it over here with the pump. Boom. High guard, low viscosity high guard. So it's in a pump, and this has been its own little pump setup, and it's worked pretty good. We just yeah, there's some boxes in there that you guys saw that, well, maybe you guys saw, I don't know. Let me pump some in, and hopefully that helps with our all drives. We might have been a little low on hydraulic oil, but we did fill it up, and yeah, it leaks down there a little bit. Leaks. Why don't you fix that for us? You think that's a 2024 pre-harvest thing that we fix? Imagine that, a combine we haven't run, getting us through harvest, hopefully. Why are you covered in stuff? What did you get into? Is that frozen to you? Somebody, I think it's Jesse. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Sent me a globe, a John Deere globe, and Yanko got 2 tennis balls and some treats. So he's been all pumped about them. So, alrighty. So what you do is you take your old light, you stick it up on the side so you can see that little gauge. That way you don't overflow it all onto your head. And then you got this pumpy jacky thingy. 5-gallon bucket pump. I'm gonna say we're lower than I think. It does have a sensor in it. But that leak, I was just laying underneath it, cleaning everything perfectly. And I was like, yeah, oh, no, we're getting there. One for extra luck. Okay. Well, that's good. On to our next project. And our last project. Other than hooking the head up. Take these covers off, just make sure everything's good inside. Nothing's frozen. I had a lot of good advice this year, and I appreciate everybody who's run a combine a lot more than me and good advice. Well, I guess last year. I gotta stop saying this year. But yeah, we're a little frozen here. And I should open the other side first. I'm gonna probably do that. Open the other side and get it all moving around. It's just the bottom, and they said make sure that's not frozen because it's real awkward when you snap your auger off. And it's mostly just water, honestly. I'm gonna do the other one first. Got it mostly cleaned out, so my $10 of corn, that wasn't even mine, but it's cleaned out of the bottom. I'm gonna turn the auger on just for a quick minute. Let it clean itself, make sure nothing's bad there, check it. My hands are starting to stick to everything. Yeah. Isaiah's en route to get the truck good. We're gonna go. If you don't clean it out, you can break things. That's my concern. Wow, does do a good job. I was dreading it getting dark, and I'm sitting here. We got the old light going, but having sunlight is a lot. Like, that's life. And then the light turned on. This is honestly the... I don't know where Robert is. It's been like 3 hours. This is honestly the first time I've worked outside with the light. It might be better than sunlight. Oh, gloomy days. Oh. Okay, covers are back on. Combine's ready to go. Let's throw the head on and yeah. We've got a pile of corn here that I cleaned up previously, and here we are again. But I put it on the tarp because the tarp's already got a burn to it, and it was a cheap Harbor Freight tarp. So probably just toss it. Call it good. That took a little bit longer, but it's all cleaned out. And if you don't clean it out really well, it is very slow to unload. Very, very slow because it doesn't pour down. How are you doing? You're tired of the cold? You like the cold though. You're just tired of me telling you not to go out back and do hood rat things. Somebody said you got a girlfriend out there. Do you? You don't have a girlfriend out there. You'd tell me, right? Bro code. Just cleaning up on the top here. Look who's made it! Proud of him. Going on a big road trip. He had to move the logs at his house out of the way, so we'll throw a stock shredder on. That way, if I get caught up and I'm waiting on a truck, I can go stock shred some. That way, sitting around is the worst thing you can do when you're running late. And then you go to sleep, and then you lose all motivation. So if you just stay going, it's the heat of the moment. Pull back. Is that backwards?
Yeah.
I got it right the first time, baby. Woo!
First time for everything.
I know. Usually I'm never right. All right, you can park it right here. Put it down and yeah. Actually, pull it out of the way because I got to come in and put the head on now. Pick it right up though. He said it ran really, really good, so that's good. I don't see any oil leaking. That was a good road trip for it. Alrighty, I guess I'll jump on and throw the. Oh, we better take the ratchet strap off. Getting dark. Stuff is extremely cold. The wind's blowing now. Hydraulics need to warm up too. Farming in winter. Head is on, and we're ready to go get after it. I got to see what Isaiah's doing. I might have to go check in with him. But appreciate you guys watching along today. You're gonna have to stay tuned for tomorrow, and either we finish harvest or probably just give up. So we're not good at giving up. So we'll see how tonight goes. Yeah, well, really tomorrow. It's gonna be a video for tomorrow because it is tomorrow by the time we get done with it. But appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.